Hello and welcome to Real Estate Ride Along. This is episode 12.
12? Is that a 1 and a 2?
12.
12? Holy cow. Welcome, Shamika Fox.
Yeah, thank you. I was just going to introduce myself. Thank you.
I'm going to introduce you today. This is Shamika Fox with Fox Realty Group. And I'm Mitchell Stelling, a fancy driver, but I also do mortgages at Revest Loans.
Yes, he does. And he is phenomenal. We are just about to close a deal on a bridge loan,
yes,
which actually enabled the buyer to purchase the new home before she sold, which means she doesn't have to move twice. She doesn't have to live in her home while it's on the market. She doesn't have to put her belongings in storage.
Big deal.
It is a big deal. So even though some people are like, I don't want to do a bridge loan because of the expenses to move twice, to have your stuff in storage, and the emotional expense, I would say, are much superior than just spending a little bit of money on a bridge loan 100%. And buying and moving and then selling.
And I think if you laid that out so the person that's going through this can see it side by side, it makes sense at the end of the day. So we're really excited for her, and it was a pretty quick one too. You know, we have a special guest in the back.
Something funny for me. We do. We have a special guest here today, Elia Fox Dunton. She's learning all the tricks of the trade of the real estate industry, which means that she is snapping and TikToking and doing all of our social media marketing and probably making her mom look like crap.
That was the most 2024 thing I've ever heard. Snapping, TikToking.
But I don't want to talk about that today. Today, I am really excited to discuss with you and to share with people the fact that I am starting to see more development in Santa Cruz, more upgrades in Santa Cruz, more beautifying in Santa Cruz, which I think has been a long time coming. We do live in one of the most expensive areas in the nation. So to start seeing money go back into making things beautiful, in my opinion, that's really well said. Very refreshing.
That's my favorite line.
Very refreshing.
It is. We needed it. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that too. And there's something about this mansion I think we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Too, right?
The Rispin Mansion in Capitola, they have received a budget for just under $1 million to basically create a park-like setting. The mansion will still not be open to the public.
Okay.
The so-called haunted mansion will be closed, but the 5.7 acres that borders Wharf Road in Capitola is going to be developed into a beautiful park setting.
That's going to be really neat.
Yeah.
I didn't actually, and this is kind of embarrassing because I am born and raised here, I didn't know anything about this mansion until we brought it up for this video.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
But it's pretty cool. I looked it up and I learned a lot. It's been there for some time. Seems haunted.
Yeah, it sounds like there is some stories about it being haunted. It's over a century old.
Yeah.
So it's outlived almost everybody in the area. And I personally want to break in and go check it out inside and see what happens.
Should we just take the camera?
Ghost Hunt Adventures.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, I love it.
We should call them.
Okay.
All right.
Call them, invite him down.
There we go. I like it.
But the mansion is not being overhauled. The 5.7 acres around the mansion is being overhauled and redone, and they are going to include things such as fountains, and I heard about a bocce ball court,
that's cool.
Walking trails and paths, lush greenery, and landscape architectural design, stuff like that, so that it just actually enhances the area and creates just another beautiful place for people and creatures alike to go hang out and do whatever they want to do.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's wild. And I did learn that it took 10 years of planning.
Oh my gosh.
To get this. I don't know what they were planning with these plans, but it's happening, guys.
Planning and probably funding too.
Exactly. I'm sure it takes some time, but that's exciting. It'll be another community outdoor space for people to go and kind of admire this cool historic mansion as well.
Yeah.
And, allow us to maybe break into it legally.
Legally.
Yeah, we'll ask.
But the history of the Rispin Mansion is actually quite interesting. It was a property that was developed in the late 1800s by Mr. Rispin, who came upon fortunes, lost it all, and ultimately ended up dying broke. Sad story.
Is he in real estate? No,
okay. He was.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help with that.
He was.
Yeah.
He was in.
Okay.
He did have a little bit of a real estate background. I think he struck it rich in oil initially and invested it in Capitola and built this Rispin Mansion. And then he lost it when he lost everything, and it actually went into foreclosure ultimately.
Wow.
So there is a lot of rich history in this Rispin Mansion.
I don't know if you know this, but was this during like the crash of the 20s?
I think possibly.
Okay. We can fact check that and get back to everyone.
The Rispin Mansion, built in 1921 by developer Henry Alton Rispin, has a rich history and is rumored to be haunted and cursed. So yeah, he probably did build it then and then lost it.
At the end of the 20s when the crash
happened. During the Great Depression.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I just am excited. I'm excited to see that. There's a lot of other development going on in town. Downtown area is starting to become and feel a bit more robust with life and energy and businesses and new developments. The Midtown area has a couple development proposals that are being approved right now. I have I'm going to use this for a plug. 162 Hagaman on the market, which is just under, it's about 3/4 of an acre, 3 parcels, and we have plans approved for 7 townhouse units, each with a carriage house and each with parking facility or garage.
Those plans are stunning.
They're beautiful, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What a cool thing to do.
And there's a few other properties. There's one on Darwin that's available for either apartment or condo complex. There's a property just over an acre that's pending now on Harper that will be developed into something. So again, we have these RENA laws that are being implemented at the state level, which means that we have to add almost 13,000 new units in Santa Cruz County by 2031.
Yeah.
So it is a really good time for developers to start putting their mark on things, and especially as we see things like grants and funding for beautifying our local Santa Cruz County area, including the Rispin Mansion Park coming to you very soon.
We're seeing some.
Hopefully, they say by the end of October, so that we can go
10 more years.
Spooked and the mansion.
Oh, I like that. And I just drove by. What was it yesterday? I know we have talked about this on the previous video. The end of Pacific Avenue. I think those are completed. Yeah. I think there's just fine. There's very
still
small
a fence around it, but
they're almost there. But I also saw like this really pretty like rooftop deck with all the lights.
And
I was like, what is that? Is that a restaurant? I kind of want to like, maybe we should.
I know we said this last time.
Okay,
we should. We can call them.
I think it'd be just really interesting, and we could share it with our peeps and just like let them know kind of what we think about it.
And that development is being leased, and from what I understand, the studios are being leased for $3,500 and the 2 bedrooms for $5,000 a month.
Very affordable.
I believe that they have to have 10% of affordable or moderate income available, but if you are just going in it like without being classified in the affordable income category, then
that's where it's
$5,000 for 2 bedroom and $35 for a studio. But they look gorgeous.
They look very nice.
And I do think we should try to get in and take.
I think so too.
Take the people on a tour.
I think that'd be great. Take them in on video and just give them perspective on, what does $5,000 a month give you in rental? Because that's, we'll be transparent. That's not cheap.
No.
But it's a nice place.
Yeah.
So if that rooftop deck is really nice, it could be worth it.
So what do you guys have to say about the developments going on in Santa Cruz? How do you feel about them? Any insight on what you'd like to see our county do with regards to meeting the RENA requirements by 2031 and providing almost 13,000 new units? We would love to hear from you.
Yes.
I'm Shamika Fox, your Santa Cruz real estate expert.
And I'm Mitchell Stelling, the coolest driver in town. And we'll see you on episode 13.
Lucky number 13.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Thanks for tuning in as always.
See you soon. Wow. That was good.
Do you think that the microphone worked?
Oh yeah, because I can see it right here. This turns blue.
Very
good. I would